Introducing Pichu London Plus. For just $1.99 a month, you get access to full unedited races from Season 46 of the Ultimate Series and the 2024 Mock Pichu London Cup Series season. You'll also get access to races ahead of time before anybody else, and you'll also receive custom emojis and badges to use on the comments below. Finally, there will be an exclusive new series just for members coming soon. You do not want to miss that. Join Pichu London Plus today, just $1.99 a month. Just click the join button down below to get started. Hello everybody and welcome back to Season 46 of the Pichu London Ultimate Series. It's a brand new season here at Daytona International Speedway, and starting on the pole will be the 67 of Matthew Buss, and alongside him will be the 7 of Chris Leone. Here's all the rest of the drivers I'll be running this season. I'm not going to go through every name manually, but you can pause the video to find out where you start in this race. A lot of these drivers are going to be competing full-time. There are some part-timers sprinkled in, but this is every single driver that will be running in Season 46 of the newly renamed Pichu London Ultimate Series. So we're about to get the green flag underway here at Daytona. Green flag is about to come out here at Daytona as the 46th season gets underway here in the Pichu London Ultimate Series. And you'll notice on the top of your screen, we finally have our own ticker. I've been wanting to have my own ticker for my own offline league since the very beginning. I mean, it is amazing that I finally have my own ticker for this league, and I'm so happy that I have one that we can finally use. We're doing stage racing, by the way. We implemented stage racing during the playoffs last season, and now we're going to put it full-time in every race in Season 46, which makes the championship racing a lot more fun. As you see, Matthew Buss is going to be the first leader this season in Season 46. Matthew Buss has a lot of experience at this track. He won here twice in the Ultimate Series. He's going for a third win here at Daytona. No surprise he started on the pole. He has been one of the best drivers at a track like this. It's too bad he did not get a full-time ride this season, unlike last year. By the way, his previous ride is right behind him for his old team. And this time it's LG Lataro going for the lead in the ride that Matthew Buss drove in last season. Here's LG Lataro going for the race lead, and the 41 car is going to take it away from Matthew Buss. LG was one of the part-timers from last season, and now he moves his way up to the full-time ranks, and he's going to run against his brother JP for the championship. They're actually both teammates, with LG running the 41 and JP running the number 10. Rich Roy goes to the bottom for the lead. Another teammate of theirs. And Stuart Haas off to a rockin' start this season. LG led the last lap, and now Rich Roy's going to try to lead the next lap. The 41 and 14 battle for the race lead. Both from the same team, but they're both looking to win the opening race at Daytona. Side by side, LG's going to have that advantage for now. Will Rich Roy get the run? He's got drafting help from Matthew Buss. Oh, Buss is going to try to go 3 wide for the lead. He's going to try to take the lead back again. Matthew Buss is going to the bottom. Matthew Buss started on the pole. He's going to try to keep the lead back again. As I mentioned earlier, LG Lataro is competing with his brother JP Lataro. Both are teammates now in the same team. Rich Roy is in the 14, and the one other one we didn't mention, Stuart Haas, is their longtime driver, Zachary Fitzwater. He announced that this season will be his last season competing in the series, so Zachary is going to try to win a championship before he retires at the end of this year. So what a phenomenal career Zachary Fitzwater has as the all-time wins leader in this series, and he has yet to win a championship, shockingly. But hopefully this year, we'll see if this year can change all that. Edith Cardoza to the bottom. One of the veterans returning from a long hiatus. She is back and has, I believe, one win under her belt in the series. And now we'll see if she can make it to another victory and maybe have a run for the ages in the championship with that Joe Gibbs team. Working with a team that knows how to win championships. 2 seasons ago, they won with Hayden Stringer in the championship. Last season, as you know, Ronald Marvila was the champion, leading Spire Motorsports to their first ever title in this series. Matthew Buss able to hold on, though, on the outside somehow. No surprise, he knows how to win. He's won here twice. He's going for a third win here, but Rich Roy is going to try to change that. As he goes to the bottom, he's also a veteran of this series. He's making his triumphant return to the Ultimate Series. Has a couple wins under his belt, along with Matthew Buss. So these two know how to win. LG Lataro is in top 5 form now, right behind them. LG, by the way, was a runner-up at the Talladega race in the playoffs. And Hayden Stringer, as I mentioned, won that race at Talladega. So LG has experience running the super speedways. He's going to try to win one here at Daytona. And there's still plenty more super speedway action to come. They're going to run Atlanta soon, a couple weeks from now. And a couple races from now, I should say. It's not going to last a couple weeks as it was last year, hopefully. And hopefully the season will end a lot sooner than it was last season, where it stretched out to a full year, sort of. But I'm going to try to have that, greatly reduced. That's one of the things I want to work on for this series this season. Lataro looks to the low line, but Rich Roy's finding on the outside. These guys were battling side by side early on, and Rich Roy finally led a couple laps in that 14. Will LG make the pass on the bottom? He doesn't have drafting help, by the way. Cardoza lagging a little bit behind in the drafting zone. Oh, these guys going back and forth to the bottom. They know the bottom lane is trying to be the better lane. The outside, though, is working just as well. This is a track where the lines are almost even. The lines in this track are almost dead even with one another. And it does make things interesting. Keeps the drafting between super speedways. Whoever is on the gas first will get the advantage. So, better not let your foot off the gas at a track like this. Cardoza to the bottom lane. She goes to the bottom. Matthew Buss on the outside. Chris Leone in the top 5. He's now in a new team, in the 7 team. He also won here at Daytona. He's also one of the winners in Daytona in this field. But LG Lataro going to try to win one here at the super speedways. He's got to battle his teammate, though, for now. Oh, this is an interesting battle between two of the drivers from the same team. Could be a preview of what's to come later in the season. Between Rich Roy and LG Lataro battling for the race win, but still early on in this race. As I mentioned earlier, stage racing is now going to be implemented in all races this season, as last season it was only implemented during the playoffs as a test run of sorts. But the test was successful, so they're going to put it in every race this season. So excited to see how these drivers will run in, and with stage points now a fact, now a thing, finally in this series. Let's hope the point system can keep track of them all. I'm using auto stages to determine the points for this series, and I'm hoping that it doesn't like mess up on me as it did like almost like near the end of the season last year. But didn't matter, by the way, because it was, of course, heading to the championship. And yeah, the points didn't really matter in that race. These guys still battling side by side. You got to wonder who's going to have the better strategy coming to the pits when they take the stage break caution. It's going to be just 6-7 laps away from a stage break caution. These guys know they're going to have to put on some tires and fuel. It's going to be about who comes out of pit road first. And will there be pit stops at the end of stage 2? That's the question. They come to the pits, they might be able to make it all the way through. So pit stops might not be a factor at a race like this. But what matters is who's on the gas first. And they're going side by side like old racing and restrictor plate racing like it should be. Rich Roy has a bit of the advantage. He's trying to clear the 41. Not quite clear that 41 just yet. Trying to block him on the bottom, but the 41 trying to fight back. Can Lautaro fight back on his teammate? Getting drafting help from Cardoza. Matthew Buss drafting the 14. Oh boy, 41 trying to sneak his way back in to the front. These guys battling side by side throughout the entire stage. We'll see if one of them can win the 10 stage points. Big 10 stage points could help out the playoffs for these drivers if they make it in. You'll know there'll be a lot of winners here this season, so every point matters to make it into the playoffs. These two are going to be full-time drivers, so they're battling side by side. It could be, again, a preview what's to come for this championship. Clark McKee's in the top 5 right now, one of the rookies in this field in season 46. Trying to make his way to the top 5, maybe make something happen here. There's Hayden Stringer, by the way, a former champion I mentioned earlier, and guess what? His former ride is right in front of him. And now it's been taken by Giovanni Castillo. I mean, it's been battling between Roy and Lautaro. Lautaro has not given up, though. He is still trying to clear the 14. 14's been getting the runs on the outside, but Lautaro is keeping him steady on the inside. LG, by the way, was a part-timer last season, and now he's found a full-time ride. He's proven himself that he can compete with these drivers for the championship. Boy, will it be interesting to see these two brothers battle it out for the title. Don't think we've had a pair of brothers compete full-time in the series in a long time. Only other one I can remember are the Wards, Barney and Ben Ward, from back in like season 2. So a very long time it's been since like brothers been able to race against each other. So LG and JP battling it out side by side. Will battle it out here for the championship. Not side by side now, but maybe they'll battle for the position one day, one against each other. There's still plenty of time to do so. But LG's proven that he's running with the drivers in front. We're just about 2.5 laps to go here in stage number 1. First stage here in Daytona, it'll end on lap 18, and then the second stage, I believe, ends on lap 38. And I really hope they could keep track of the stage points in this one. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that auto stages works. Because if it doesn't, then of course we'll probably have to save the standings and have to have a backup or something. I don't know, but anyway, 41 gets the run on the outside. Can he clear the 14? Not quite there. Still gonna be side by side. 14 on the outside gets the run on the backstretch. On the front stretch, I should say, maybe. Front stretch. Or, yeah, this is back stretch. No, the other is the back stretch. This is the front stretch. Anyway, last lap in stage 1. Side by side, these two battling it out. Lautaro and Roy. Who's going to be the stage winner? It's going to come down to these two battling for stage 1 victory. Could be a preview of what's to come between these two all season long. Here we go. Who's going to win the first stage between Roy and Lautaro? Roy's got the outside edge. Roy's got the advantage on the outside. Lautaro going to fight a little bit higher. He doesn't have the drafting help. They're going to be side by side heading the line. It's Rich Roy that's going to take the first stage. And the 14 is going to take stage number 1 here at Daytona. Rich Roy holds off his teammate to win the first stage. And don't worry about the 1 lap until the stage end. I did test it out. They're still able to get the points, hopefully, all calculated, and scoring will be done promptly. But if results hold, then Rich Roy will be the stage 1 winner, and then it'll follow by LG Lautaro, Matthew Buss, Chris Leone, Edith Cardoza, Clark McKee, Giovanni Castillo, Casey Hoyt, Hayden Stringer, and Allison Rain. And there's Logan Nieto, by the way, in the 36. He just misses out on a stage point, but he's a part-time driver this season, running in the 36 for a couple races. He won here at this track at Daytona during the regular season finale, I thought I might add. So he might still have a chance to win this thing. He's going to try to win again at Daytona like he did last season, and he's going to try to make the most of his part-time opportunity. And also, I thought I mentioned Casey Hoyt is also a part-timer this season. So is Matthew Buss. So they've kept some of the stage points away from other competitors that might need them a little later on this season. So that might have huge implications later on, as the drivers head to the pits to get their tires and fuel set up before the start of stage number 2. Looks like the 14 is going to get out there first. Wow, by a long shot. My goodness. Go back to stage number 2 here at Daytona. A couple drivers went back and forth in pit stops, but the 14 is going to be the one out in front, and the 67 will start on his outside of the front row. So who's going to get the better restart here as we begin stage 2 in Daytona? Let's go back racing. 67 not holding up. No, he's holding up well. 67's holding up well. Excuse me. Edith Cardoza to the bottom lane as Cardoza goes to the bottom, trying to get second spot away. She's already got third spot. Cardoza now in the top 3. Rich Roy in front right now, and the 41 had a very bad pit stop. He's stuck on the outside now. He's with Matt Gomes and Tyler Jones battling 3 wide now, and the 41 has just struggled right off the bat. We saw him running side by side for the lead early on, and now the 41 is just struggling to keep up. And one car's on to the pits. Liam Stewart is making his way towards pit road. I'm not sure why Liam Stewart is under the caution flag. But, might have a problem. Might have an issue there. 9 car is onto the pits, but no issue has been listed. So I'm not sure why he had to come to the pits during the early part of stage number 2. The 9 car might have had to fix something in his, and something like off for the 9 machine, but going to cost him some valuable time. He's got to hope that the cars don't catch up to him, by the way, because the pack is coming, and the 14 car is out in front. So not a good start for Liam Stewart this season. He's one of the rookies in this field. Among another rookie in the same team, Nathaniel O'Hare, is also running for the Hendrick crew. Cardoza's now in second place. And Rich Roy is still leading this race. Cassidy Reynolds moved up to the top 5. Here comes Hayden Stringer. Stringer to the bottom he goes. A former champion. Stringer trying to get back to victory lane again. Won the last super speedway race last season at Talladega. And now he's going to try to go back to back in super speedways and try to win here at Daytona to get things started for his campaign to try to win another championship. Here comes Cassidy Reynolds to the bottom. Cassidy Reynolds was runner-up last season in the title fight. And now he's looking to win the championship. He needs a win first, though. He's hoping that today is the day. He gets a win, and he gets in the playoffs, and becomes the first driver to lock themselves in so far in the playoffs. But you'll see a lot. You might see a lot of winners coming out of this season. So there might be some bumping and banging going on as we head closer to deciding a champion. Briefly for wide down the middle pack there, but able to keep things clean for now. Things are going to become a lot more hectic as the race goes on, and Liam Stewart's out in front of them. Oh boy, this will be interesting. Where does the 9 go? Where does he block? Down the middle he goes. 16 gets a run, blocks the bottom. Reynolds takes the lead, and Liam Stewart stuck in the middle now as the 78's trying to pass him. 78 clears the number 9. As the 9 goes on the outside, he wisely decides to let the bottom free, but he's going to slow the pack of cars in the middle with Edith Cardoza in down the line. And the leader is now Cassidy Reynolds. Cassidy's trying to win again and get himself back in playoff contention. Here comes Stringer, though, to the bottom. Hayden Stringer getting the draft. Takes the lead away. And he's getting drafted by Quentin Moore, the surprise driver from last season. Moore won 5 events in season 45. He's back with the same team he ran with, but not with the same number. But we'll see if he can get back to victory again. Here he comes. Quentin Moore's the leader. Quentin Moore's won 5 last season. He's trying to add another win already in Daytona. Could be the biggest win of his career. And he's going to try to go for another shot at the championship. And Moore is your new leader. Quentin Moore is out in front. Here's Francis. Cullen Francis in 3rd spot. He just moved up to 3rd. 9 cars on the outside, so he's not a factor in the top 10, but better be careful. These guys can tend to go aggressive sometimes, especially when we're in the middle pack. See some wrecks happen, by the way, with lap cars at Daytona. So hopefully the 9 will stay out of wrecking. And Quentin Moore is out in front again. Hayden Stringer's right behind him. Top 5 with Connor Breton running 4th spot. Former champion of this race. I believe he won here at Daytona as well. Connor Breton going for a top 5 spot. Here's Skylar Taylor, a rookie. Skylar Taylor to the top 5 he goes. Here comes Billy Bishop, another part-timer this season. A lot of part-timers in this crew right now. And now there's J.P. Lataro. We saw his brother L.G. Lataro running early on for the lead. But unfortunately, they made bad pits. L.G. made a bad pit stop, and now he's dropping behind in the pack. And we haven't heard much from Rich Roy. Also, Rich Roy's been bumped out. He's now in the middle. Wow, it shows that how much things can change in just a single lap. My goodness, things have changed very quickly at the start of stage number 2. We saw early on Rich Roy and LG Latara battle for the lead. Now that has changed right now. The narrative has changed halfway through this race. And now the leader is Quinn Moore. Connor Breen to the bottom he goes. He's going to go to the bottom line. Try to take second place from Hayden Stringer. And Stringer's old race team from last season is on about side by side with the 78. That's Giovanni Castillo now running in the 19. And Castillo's going to try to get by the 78. And he gets by him. How about that? Connor Breen to second place. Connor Breen's in second. JP Lataro's in the top 5. Nathan Ormond running in the top 10 now. Nathan Ormond was in Hendrick last season, but he ran in the 9 car. And that was the only team that didn't win this season, last season among them. So Ormond decided to move to the 24. See if the 24 can achieve success. Last season they ran with Austin Stitzel. And Stitzel won in Vegas in the playoffs. So we'll see if the 24 can find success again with Nathan Ormond. A driver they've had for quite a while now. Ormond's been still trying to get back into the championship fight and trying to win a championship for this team. JP Lataro, third spot he goes. And now it's JP's turn to be out in front. A more experienced JP going to show LG that he's still got it. I believe JP did win a race last season. And I think Coda, I believe it was. It was a road course. Coda's not that far away from here. Third place is now the 10 of JP Lataro. Quinn Moore's been hanging on to the lead now, but will he hang on in the final stage? Here comes the 10 to the bottom. Can he take the second spot from Connor Breton? Connor Breton's old team is going by him, by the way. Connor was in the 23, I believe, last season for the 2311 crew. Now he's getting passed by them as Ryan Durrani is the 45 driver this season. Gets third, but here comes Salman Ozcan. Ozcan in the 11 car back at it again. Going for another shot at another championship. Try to win Daytona and maybe cross this off the mark. Here comes the 11 for second place. Samet is a former champion, so it might be a little easy for him to make the move. He's got him, and there he goes. Ozcan, no surprise that he was able to get by the 10 car with the experience he has under his belt. Now he's going to try to get by Quentin Moore. Quentin Moore's had experience, and so has Ozcan. Here he comes. The 11 car is going to go for the lead. There he goes. He clears the 38. Salman Ozcan in the lead now. Just a few laps left in stage 2. Stringer is in second. And look at this. Rich Roy's made a comeback. He is back out in front. Rich Roy stood in the back for a brief moment. Now he's back out in front. He's going to try to take the lead again. Rich Roy, I believe, won the last stage. He's going to try to win another one. Here comes the 17. John Andrews, though, to the bottom lane he goes. Oh, he's going to get a run on the 14. Going to go to the bottom. Tyler Jones in the top 5. Billy Bishop as well. Packs are going to separate a little bit. Trying to see the competitors. Oh, man. This will be a good race here. The 17 in front, in second place. Tyler Jones in the top 5, one of the rookies here at Daytona. Looks to make an impact here. Here comes Bishop. Top 5 running right now. Billy Bishop is a top 5 car at this point. We're just a lap and a half away from the stage ending here at Daytona. And Salman Ozcan out in front right now. See if he can hold on for the stage win. Here comes John Andrews. Into second spot he goes as we're about to end stage 2 in just next lap. Austin Sitzel's now in the top 5 right now. We're going to have to try to hold off the pack. Try to score here try to score a good finish out of this. Maybe even a win. But Salman Khan looks to hang on and win stage number 2. The race to the line halfway through the end of the stage. Here we go. Khan got a little bit of a gap. Tyler Jones is going to go to the bottom. Tyler Jones to the bottom, trying to get second place, but it's going to be Salman Khan that's going to win stage number 2 at Daytona. So the 11 car takes the second stage. Salman Khan's your stage winner, and then it should be followed by John Andrews, then Tyler Jones, then Nathan Ormond, Billy Bishop, Edith Cardoza, Clark McKee, Casey Hoyt, Connor Breton, and Rich Roy. And again, I mentioned Hoyt and Bishop are part-time drivers. So they've kept, the part-timers have kept some of those other drivers from earning stage points, which could be critical in deciding who is the champion this season. Casey Hoyt, he has experience at super speedways. Two of them came at two of his wins, by the way, came at Talladega. Look at that paint scheme he's running, by the way. I believe that's from Ruby, running this weekend in the 62 machine. Casey Hoyt running a partial schedule, mostly super speedways, and he's won twice at those tracks, and both of them came at Talladega. So Hoyt has experience of sorts at tracks like these. So watch out for him. He might try to steal a win away and try to pull off a big win here at Daytona, even though he's not in a full-time schedule currently this season. Looks like only a few drivers have elected to pit after the stage ended. John Andrews is among one of those that have come into the pits under this caution flag, and we'll be back with stage 3 coming up next. Alright, going to go back to racing for the final stage here at Daytona. Salman Khan leads the pack with Nathan Ormond on the outside of his front row. The final stage is about to begin. The green flag drops. 18 laps remain at Daytona. Salman Khan, a good jump for the 11 crew. Here comes McKee to the bottom into second place. And Connor Breton and Casey Hoyt inside the top 5. Khan trying to hang on for the win here at Daytona, trying to set the tone early on for this team. Here comes Breton to the bottom. Breton goes to the low side, try to take the lead away. He's in third now. He's going to have to try to get second first. Can Connor Breton go to the low side and take the second spot away from Clark McKee? There he goes. He's got the run. Isaiah Burnett's going to draft the 47 car. Khan in front right now. Can Salmon hold on? Two champions, 1-2 right now in this race at Daytona, trying to set the tone early. Here comes Burnett. He's never won a championship, but he has many wins under his belt. All the veterans showing what they've got here in this final stage. Ryan Durante sneaking his way into the top 5. Durante sneaks his way to the top 5. He's going to try to go for second on the 3. Top 5 battling it out here. Stringer, McKee. Also, Maravilla, the defending champion, going for a win at Daytona to try to repeat as a champion. Khan hanging on. Durante to the bottom. Trying to get the draft from the 78. Look at the run Khan's got, but did he go too far? Has he gone too far right now early on? Marville in the top 10. Here comes LG Lataro. He's also been in the back for stage 2. He's been waiting for this. He's been waiting to try to make a move. See if he can do it here at Daytona. Gets by Rich Roy. So we'll see if he can make the move work. He's got 15 laps to go to do it. Is there a car on pit road? Giovanni Castillo's in the pit. Is in the pits. Oh boy, something went wrong in the number. Number 19. Something went wrong with that at the start of the stage. So he's in pit road. Durrani's in second. Can he try to get a run on Sam at Oscon? Here comes Stringer. Stringer to the bottom he goes. Here comes Marvila. Marvila trying to get in the top 5, trying to defend his crown. Right off the bat by winning here at Daytona. Wouldn't that be something? After winning the championship last season. The past two champions are running 3rd and 4th. Will we see another champion inside the top 10? Oscon's also a former champion. But is this going to be Durrani's year to be a champion? Oh, he's looking like he's running smoothly now. He's looking like he's running as a champion. Here comes Durrani. Durrani trying to go to the bottom of the lead. No drafting out behind him. And Oscon's got the championship belt. He knows how to run these things. Here comes Marvila trying to sneak his way in to make it 3 wide. Oh, what a move by the 77. That's a champion move right there. Oh, yeah, he did it. Marvila in front. He made the move work. Oh, man, there's no surprise that he was the champion last season with moves like that. And Marvila's trying to hang on and win and set the tone early. LG Lataro is into second. James Richardson third. Veterans competing. Marvila, Richardson. And Richardson has 2 championships under his belt. All these drivers former champions with the rookie and LG Lataro. Lataro ran full part-time last season. This is his first shot at a championship. He's going to try to make it work here. Lataro to the bottom lane. Marvila putting the block on the 41. 41's been in this similar situation early on with Rich Roy, his teammate. There was a battle side by side, a tough battle back and forth for the Stage 1 win. And now the 41's going to have to battle with Durrani now just to get second. Quinn Moore dipping down low. He almost won Stage 2, by the way. Now he's going to have to try to catch up to the pack now. Only got 11 laps to make something work. Here comes Durrani again. Durrani going to retake the lead from Marvila. Durrani's trying to win and set it early for this small team. Marvila down to the bottom. Top 5 he goes. Here comes the 77 again. Not giving up the lead that easily. Coming to 10 laps to go in Daytona. We have not had a caution yet. But we could see one that could change the narrative of this race. Anyone asking, by the way, there is no overtime in these races because don't know how overtime would work with auto stages turned on. So not taking a chance here and not going to do overtime for this season. So here we go. 10 to go. Richardson to the bottom. Can he make the run on the 77? Here comes Nathaniel O'Hare. He's trying to sneak his way to the top 5. Now the 5 car trying to make his way to the front. We saw Marvila pulling off a big move in the bottom, going 3 wide to take the lead. Can he hold on though? Veterans behind him as well. Richardson and also a rookie, Nathaniel O'Hare. Zachary Fitzwater has made his way to the top 10. There's the 4 car. He wants to win at Daytona and try to set the tone early in his final season in this series. We'll see if it can lead to a championship run. We'll see if Fitzwater can turn this into a title run for the ages. Coming to 8 laps to go here at Daytona. Marvila takes the lead out in front. Richardson in second. Trying to pass by Ryan Durante. Marvila, the defending series champion, trying to set the tone early and win to get into the playoffs. Here comes Casey Hoyt. Into the top 5. Casey Hoyt. We saw him earlier conquer Talladega twice in his career. He's trying to conquer Daytona. He's got the super speedway experience under his belt. No surprise to see Hoyt in front in a race like this. 7 laps remain. Marvila trying to hang on. Rich Roy drafting the 62. 7 to go. Casey Hoyt trying to hang on for the race lead. On Marvila, clears the 77. And Casey Hoyt's in front. Will he pull off another magical win here at the Super Speedway of Daytona? Will Rich Roy catch him? Here comes Alexander Rowe and Ryan Durante. Here comes the 12 car. Garrett Albertson. Chris Leone won here at Daytona with that same team. Look at how much the 62 has pulled away, but is it too far? 6 laps remain at Daytona. Has he pulled away a little too far? Rich Roy. Marvila in second. Marvila trying to find a drafting partner. With a few laps remain. Garrett Albertson to the bottom. He goes with Nathan Ormond drafting him. It's all about these competitors going for the race win. Marvila's doing whatever he can to catch him. Coming to 5 laps to go at Daytona. Who's going to be the first winner of season 46? Ryan Durante at the bottom. Oh man, the 77 tried to put a block on him, but the 45 is going to try to make a pass. Rich Roy to the bottom. Here he goes. Rich Roy going to try to draft with the 45. Saw Rich Roy win this first stage earlier. Dropped back in stage 2. Now he's coming back to the front. 4 laps remain next time by. Here comes Nathan Ormond to the bottom for a top 5 spot. He's getting drafting help from Logan Nieto. Logan Nieto won at this track in the regular season finale last season. He's going to try to make things work again. Running a partial schedule. He's going to try to win again at Daytona and make a statement today. It's all about Casey Hoyt in front. Ryan Durante doing whatever he can to try to get the draft. He's trying to catch him. Here comes the 24, Nathan Ormond. Down the bottom he goes. Trying for redemption after going winless last season. Rich Roy hasn't won in a while. He hasn't raced in a while. He's trying to get back to victory and trying to be the first driver to lock himself in the playoffs. But the 62 trying to play spoiler early on. 3 laps to go at Daytona. Couple cars pitting. 2 cars are coming down to the pits before the end of the race. I'm not sure why they're coming down to pit road. Those Benjamin Snyder and Connor Breen are down to the pits before the end of the race. So I'm not sure why that's the case. But if there are more drivers coming to pit road near the end, we could be in for a wild ride here. 3 to go and 2 to go next time by. Here comes Nieto to the bottom. Durante trying to hang on to second place. Trying to catch Casey Hoyt. 2 laps to go next time by. Does Durrani have enough time? Can he catch the 62? One car out of gas. Salmon Oscon's out of gas. So these drivers are running out of gas here in these final 2 laps. Casey Hoyt's hoping that he's got a full tank enough. He's got a full enough tank to make it to the end. Man, all these drivers are hoping that they have enough fuel to win this race. It's all going to be about fuel mileage now. Drivers coming off pit road as well. And that could play a factor to who wins this race as well. The white flag's coming out next time by Casey Hoyt in front, trying to pull off another stunning victory at a super speedway. White flag coming in the air. And these drivers are staying out. They're going to try to make it. One more lap here at Daytona. Last lap, the white flag in the air. Drivers are off pit road. Matt Hunter's off pit road. Very slow. Coming to the apron. Nearly collides with the leaders, but the 62 able to get away. Half a lap to go now for Casey Hoyt. Drivers coming off pit road could slow the field down. Here comes Roy. Here comes Rich Roy to second place. Trent Dunham off pit road. Can he get into the way of the 62? He's going the outside and looks like the 62 is going to be all clear. Down the final corner. Does he have enough gas? Rich Roy with a hard charge to the front. It's not going to be enough. Casey Hoyt wins at Daytona. Casey Hoyt, what a win for the 62 team. The Super Speedway team has done it again, as Casey Hoyt takes the checkered flag at Daytona. And what a win it was for this team. And here are the results from Daytona. Casey Hoyt, your race winner, and Rich Roy, the runner-up. They each earned 46 points in the race. They were equal in terms of the amount of points they earned. Hoyt is a part-timer, so he's not going to run the entire season. But he did get a win and pick up one at Daytona and earned, I believe, his 5th, if I'm not mistaken, it's his 4th career win in the series. He won twice in Daytona and won the Southern 500 last season. So Casey Hoyt picks up another huge win, another huge milestone win in his career. So congrats to the 62 team with a win. And as you see, Rich Roy earned 11 stage points. Casey Hoyt earned 6 stage points. That's how they were able to be finishing even in terms of this race. But Roy's the one that'll get the most benefit out of the points, since again, Hoyt is a part-time driver. Rich Roy was the Stage 1 winner, and Salmon Oscon was the Stage 2 winner. And they even show you the biggest movers of each of the stages. And John Andrews was very impressive in Stage 2, 39 spots up from the start, and he moved up to finish 2nd in the stage. That's just amazing, phenomenal for John Andrews throughout. And Logan Nieto was the biggest mover of Stage 3. So you can pause the video to find out where you finished in the race. We ended up with 18 lead changes, and Casey Hoyt had the fastest lap of the race. Garrett Albertson was the biggest mover in the entire race, who gained 25 spots from his starting position at Daytona. Only one driver retired from this race, Giovanni Castillo. He had a clutch issue at the start of Stage 3, and he was on pit road. He never got back out on track, so Castillo finished with a last place finish, but he did earn 4 stage points for finishing 7th in stage number 1. The rest from 37th and below each earned 1 point because it was a full 42 car field here at Daytona, with Trent Dunham, Matt Hunter, and Liam Storr finishing a lap down because of the pit cycle that happened at the very end of the race, as some of the drivers ran out of gas on the last few laps, and the leaders stayed out and were able to make it on fuel. So you might see more fuel strategy races throughout the season here in the Ultimate Series, I should say, in the newly renamed Ultimate Series. So all the stats are on the screen on the left. You can pause the video to find out how well you did at Daytona. It was a fun race and a fun start to season 46. Can't wait to see what's in store for the rest of the year. It's a lot of fun to do, especially now with auto stages. It's going to be really good here for the series for auto stages. We tried it out during the playoffs. That was a success, and now we're using it for the entire season. And so far, so good. It's been going really smoothly. Anyway, next week we'll be back at Las Vegas for race number 2. You do not want to miss our second race. It's not going to take as long as last season, where it took us almost an entire Cup season equivalent length, the equivalent length of a Cup season, to get it done, because it was going to be the final season, and then that changed, and this is a new season now. It wasn't planned to be, but now it's a new season, and we're going to keep it going for a long while here in the Ultimate Series. So I hope you guys will stick around for the remainder of the season, as we have a lot of races to cover from here on out. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this race from Daytona. If you did, drop a like, hit the subscribe button to be the first to know when new races go up. And we will see you guys next week at Las Vegas. Until then, we will see you later.